10,000 people have amassed on our border because of the Biden administration. Joining me now to talk about this is the founder of PatriotAcademy.com, Rick Green. He's also a former state legislator here in Texas. Rick, okay, first of all, I know this is a stupid detail, but I'm really genuinely curious. Haiti, my geography may be a touch fuzzy. I mean, I did go to community college, but I'm almost positive Haiti is surrounded by like an ocean. How exactly did they get to the South Texas border?
Oh, the mysteries abound, Jesse. I tell you what, man. Look, this was so easy to solve. It's like you said, this didn't just come out of thin air. This is Biden administration policies run amok. They asked for this. The day one when they came into office, they got rid of the stay in Mexico policy. They stopped the building of the wall. I mean, everything that Trump had done right to try to mitigate these disasters, they reversed immediately. And so in reality, what we're looking at in Del Rio has been happening for months, just not all in one night. We've had over 200,000 a month coming across our borders illegally. We have no border at this point because of this president. But now finally you have this massive group of, now they're saying up to 15,000. And when those optics go around the world and everybody sees it, and you don't have Chuck Todd and other leftist media personalities covering for the president, now all of a sudden everybody's paying attention, and it's about time.
Okay, they are paying attention. However, these people are what? What is happening to these people, Rick? I have to know. Are they, I'm positive we're not doing what a sane nation would do and say, turn around and leave, you're not coming in. So what are we doing with the invasion?
Yeah, apparently we're spending our money to fly some of them home to Haiti, but even those numbers are minuscule compared to the ones that have come across. This doesn't even begin to address the ones that we are not able to stop in the first place, what we call getaways. Those may be as high as 50,000 a month coming across the border. And Del Rio was a focal point for months. People were trying to get attention to Del Rio and say, we know there's a problem here. The amount of fentanyl is coming across, all of the cartel activity, all these things that were happening. And people were screaming about it. But no Kamala Harris, no czar for the president down here to deal with the situation. The president ignores it. They create other supposed crises to distract from it. And it's incredibly frustrating for us in Texas. I mean, look, I've got friends along the border, friends across the state that are dealing with this, law enforcement friends, Border Patrol folks that are incredibly frustrated. They're not allowed to do their job, or they're being consumed by this, meaning the law enforcement folks, not just on the border, but, all the way up into North Texas, that are having to deal with this instead of dealing with the other issues in their community. It's a humanitarian crisis, the child sex trafficking that's coming out of this, that, by the way, our government is participating in by putting these kids on planes, flying them somewhere into the United States with a little piece of paper and a phone number. We don't know who we're even taking these kids to. It's an absolute disaster, all because of Joe Biden's decisions that he made, or whoever they are. I mean, maybe they are making the decisions when he says they won't let me do this, or they said call on this reporter. Whoever these mysterious people are running the country, they've created this situation. It didn't have to be this way.
Rick, do we have any idea why Del Rio? I mean, it's a long U.S. border. They picked this area for a reason. Is there a specific cartel? Is it easier to get across the water? Or why?
Well, I wish I had a good answer to that. From the briefings I've had, it was initially because they had such an ability to. I don't think I'm giving away any intelligence here, but the cartel did, of being able to watch this particular location. They knew where our people were moving. Okay. We knew exactly where they were as well, but we were letting them operate with impunity. So. I'm not an expert on exactly why, but that's what I've been told by some of the folks that are down there actually involved in the situation.
Okay. Where's our governor, Rick? I mean, I live in Texas. I know you live in Texas. Greg Abbott, I believe he's still the governor, but I don't see a lot of movement. Am I just missing it?
Oh, I'm sure you'll see him on national television talking a good game. I mean, look, he said months ago, we're going to build the border wall ourselves and make Joe Biden pay for it. He hasn't done that. He didn't do what could have been done in the legislative session. We had good state reps that were pushing legislation to fund the border wall, to fund the security of our border. And he was too busy defending his emergency powers, defending his, frankly, King Abbott actions for the last year and a half and not doing what needed to be done on some of these border issues. So he's going to talk a good game. I do think, Jesse, he's finally having to make some steps in the right direction because of Allen West and because of Don Huffines, the pressure they're putting in the campaign. People tend to see the light once they feel the heat, and he's feeling the heat in the Republican primary at this point. And so they did get some more money appropriated in the special session. But, look, again, Del Rio was no secret. The whole situation was no secret. We knew, again, on noon of day one for Joe Biden what he was going to do. So Greg Abbott has had, I said 7, I was thinking 7 months earlier, man, we're in 9 months now. He's had 9 months that he knew what was going to happen. He could have put solutions in there. Absolutely constitutionally, according to Article 1, Section 10, we have the right as a state to repel this invasion and to act on our own. He doesn't have to wait on the federal government. He keeps talking a good game. I'm looking for some real action at this point.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.